Hello everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Law Prep Tutorial. I am Saket, your English mentor. Last year for CLAT 2026, we came up with a series on vocab, that is Learn Vocabulary with Us. It got an amazing response and overwhelming response from the students. And this year for CLAT 2027, we thought to bring the same up again. And the first video in the series is that we are going to come up with today. Isme based on the suggestions that we got from students last year, most of the words we have tried to source them from editorials like The Hindu and the Indian Express and clustered them according to a particular theme that they belong to. So the first theme that we will be doing in today's session is on law, crime and justice, precisely the kind of career that you guys are about to enter. The first word in the series is disenfranchise. Now, disenfranchise and enfranchise. Most of the times we must have come across it regarding maybe in relation to elections. And enfranchise or disenfranchise for that matter. Enfranchise hota hai jab you have the freedom, you are given the freedom or the authority to do something. And in respect of elections, that is universal adult franchise as we all know it, wahan pe it is about your voting rights, election rights, right? Yahan pe enfranchise is giving the authority, giving the permission to do anything, and just add dis before it. For example, dis as a prefix, able is the ability to do something. Dis is the lack of ability to do something or lacking the expertise to do something. Yahan pe disenfranchise is the word that we are dealing with, which means that you are deprived of rights. Aapki jo rights the, they have been taken away, they have been snatched. Synonyms ho jayenge deprived, that you no longer have the right to do something. Restrict, that is you are constricted, your powers are limited, your powers are being made limited. Or marginalize, you are being sidelined or excluded. Or oust or debar, that is restricted or thrown away from doing something. Antonyms, iske opposite, will be just the remove the root dis and add n, that is enabling something. Enabling or enfranchise is getting the authority or the right to do something. The next in line is empower, entitle, or getting the permission, that is permit, allow or authorize. Now, iska root kya hai? Franchise or enfranchise mein the root that you will notice is francus. Francus or Francis is free. So when you are enfranchised, that is you are free, you have the freedom. You have the freedom or the authority to exercise your right. Disenfranchise is the opposite, that is lacking it or being restricted or limited from doing it. Mnemonic isko yaad kaise rakhe? Understand, francus or franchise is basically having the freedom or authority to do something. Now when you are dismissed from it, that is adding the word dis or the root dis is basically restricting. Okay? The next in line is the word larceny. Ab larceny is basically theft. Larceny is basically kisi ki personal property ko steal kar lena, chori kar lena. Theft, that is what larceny is. And of course, synonyms usually जो हम देखते हैं, that is like stealing, theft. Of course, we will start with it. Baki synonyms, baki good words that we can use for it is misappropriation, or we can use shoplifting, embezzlement, funds को इधर उधर करना, goods को, property को इधर उधर करना, misusing it or using it for your own benefit, for your own good, or burglary, theft. Then the antonym can be restitution, that is restoring something, giving it back to the person to whom it belongs, or return, restore, charity, kisi cheez ko giving it up as a charity out of altruism or out of welfare of others, good of others. So restitution, compensation, reimburse karna, charity, kisi ko gift jaisa offer karna as out of welfare, out of concern. All these can be the antonyms for the word larceny. And what larceny means is theft. Root hai latrocinium, which is robbery. Latrocinium as a root means robbery. Mnemonic kya hai? Larceny ko, if you try to say larceny, it sounds more like Larry, or there can be a correlation with the word or Larry stole. So Larry stole is what? Larceny. Next in line is malfeasance. Ab malfeasance ke liye I'll come to the root of it. The root of the word malfeasance basically is, yahan pe if you will see, the root is of course mal, but mal comes from malice, and malice is generally associated with anything that is bad. So mal as a root is anything that's bad, and what it means that there is a wrongdoing जो किसी government official ने government official के professional conduct में और public official के किसी conduct में if there is a wrongdoing, that is malfeasance. Synonyms क्या होंगे? Of course wrongdoing, of course misconduct, because lack of a proper conduct which you were supposed to show. So misconduct, misbehavior, delinquency, being delinquent, that's one more good word. Malpractice, misdeed, impropriety, transgression. Transgression is crossing the line or crossing the boundary that you were supposed to work in. So transgressing, misdemeanor, lack of a proper demeanor or lack of a proper way of doing things that you were supposed to. Antonym हो जाएंगे integrity, honesty, propriety, scrupulousness. Scrupulousness का उल्टा or the antonym for it will be unscrupulous. Scrupulous is wrongdoing. Scrupulous is the antonym of wrongdoing. Unscrupulous is the meaning. Innocence is yet another antonym. Root hai mal, of course the one we discussed, malice, which is bad, or facen, that is for doing. Feasance is doing something. So a bad doing essentially is malfeasance. Next in line is the word impunity. Ab impunity, maybe understand the root here. Im and punity. See, understand it like this. For example, the word pure and then the word impure. So if you add the root im there, what it means, im as a root shows that something is not pure. So impunity may im is not, or anything that is not punity. Punity related hai kis cheez se? Punity is related to the root impunitas. So punitas, or punitas is related to what? Punishment. Im is not. So anything that's not punishable, anything that has no punishment is impune or impunity. Impunity is the correct word actually. So impunity basically हो जाएगा freedom from punishment or having no punishment. Synonyms क्या होंगे? Synonyms हो जाएंगे immunity, because you are immune from any kind of punishment. You are immune from any kind of penalty. You are immune or exempted. You are pardoned. You will not. You know that you are going to do something wrong, मगर आपको कोई punishment नहीं मिलने वाली है. So getting a pardon, getting freedom, या कोई liability नहीं होना. I mean, of course, आप कुछ गलत कर रहे हो, but you know that you won't be held liable for it. You won't be given any kind of penalty. You won't be rebuked for it, या reprimanded or scolded for it. So liberty, release, security, privilege, ये सब हो जाएंगे synonyms of impunity, which is no punity or no punishment. That is lack of punishment. Now the antonym will be exact opposite of having no punishment. That is punishment, penalty, retribution, blame, responsibility, or sense. Root, of course, punitas. Punitas is punishment. Im is no. So no punitas, no punishment is the root. Mnemonic hai impossible to punish, or saying no to punish. That is impunity. Next word, next in line, is depredation. Depredation comes from the word depredatory, or depredatory as a root means plunder karna. Plunder is basically attack karna, ya attacking and plundering. Attack karke theft, chori karna. So plundering, pillage, ravage. That is, ravage is to destroy also. Attack or destroy. Raid karna, theft, devastation or damage. These are the synonyms for depredation. So depredation, देखो, depredation essentially involves कि वहाँ पे you are attacking someone, और attacking के साथ साथ you are plundering. That is, you are going for theft. आप चोरी भी कर रहे हो. You are stealing things. You are taking things away from there. Antonym हो जाएंगे protection, restoration, preservation, or conservation. That is, you are either restoring things or you are preserving things, not damaging it, not destroying it. बढ़िया. Mnemonic is, आप इसको predator के साथ associate करो. जैसे यहाँ देखो, predation is one half of this word, the second half. अब predation को आप associate कर सकते हो with the word predator. और अगर आप predator जानो, predator का काम क्या होता है? Exactly attack करना. For example, lion. Lion can act as a predator. तो lion क्या करेगा? Lion will attack. And if a lion is going to attack, so वो क्या करेगा? वो अटैक करेगा. अटैक करने के बाद ऑफ कोर्स कुछ नुकसान पहुंचाएगा, कुछ रैवेज होगा, कुछ डिस्ट्रॉय होगा, कुछ डैमेज होगा, कुछ डिस्ट्रक्शन होगा. सो दैट्स एग्जैक्टली हाउ यू कैन एसोसिएट डेप्रेडेशन विथ द नेमोनिक प्रेडेटर. प्रेडेटर कॉजिंग डेप्रेडेशन, या एक प्रेडेटर डेप्रेडेशन करता है. ठीक है. द नेक्स्ट वर्ड, The next word that you see here is scourge. Scourge basically means किसी चीज़ के suffering का ना एक बहुत बड़ा या बहुत huge cause होना, बहुत huge reason होना. So if there is anything that acts as a scourge, it's basically a reason why someone or something is facing a great suffering. Synonyms क्या होंगे? Bane. और bane का just opposite क्या होता है? Boon. Boon is a blessing, something that acts as a blessing or something that acts as a good for you. But bane हो जाएगा opposite. Menace. Menace is something that can be destructive for you, something that can be a source of pain or suffering for you. Pain, blight, curse, affliction, torment, or a source of torture or a source of pain for you. ये हो जाएगा scourge, ठीक है? Scourge के antonyms, blessing, boon, benefit or God sent. Something that has been sent. Exactly. God sent है ना देखो. God sent को use it as a mnemonic. God sent is any blessing can be God sent. ठीक है ना? अब ये जो God sent है, इसका opposite will be scourge, right? And the French root is escorger, which is to whip, and whip is to beat. If you beat someone, what is going to happen? Of course, there is going to be a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. Next in line, the next word that we have is interdiction. Interdiction is basically banning something. किसी चीज को ban करना, किसी चीज का prohibition होना. That is interdiction. Synonyms में क्या क्या आएंगे? Synonyms में you can have embargo. Embargo is basically दो countries के बीच में there has to be a if there is a case where trade is banned or there is a complete halt or a complete prohibition of trade, वो हो जाएगा embargo. Restraint हो जाता है limit करना, restrict करना, putting a limitation or a restriction on something. Similarly, obstruction. Or in fact, apart from obstruction, you can also say that you are impeding something, that is, you are obstructing it, or you are trying to put halt to something, stop something. So prevention, embargo, restraint, obstruction, impediment, ये सारे हो जाएंगे interdiction के synonyms because they talk about a certain kind of prohibition, certain kind of restriction या किसी तरीके का ban. Antonyms, opposite word, of course, permission, क्योंकि कोई obstruction नहीं है, कोई restriction नहीं है, किसी तरीके से आपको किसी चीज़ को करने से forbade या रोका नहीं जा रहा. So permission, approval, consent, liberty और freedom, grant और authorization. Synonyms देख लिए, antonyms देख लिए. Root क्या है? Root is interdictio, which is prohibition. जब भी you come across the word interdictio, understand that it has always got to do with something about prohibition, something about ban. Mnemonic, inter और dictate. Dictate हो जाएगा ban और inter ban, that is दो चीज़ों के बीच का ban या in general prohibition और किसी तरीके का रोक टोक और ban. The next word is blasphemy. Again, a very common word. Usually you will find it in association with maybe some kind of painting, some kind of sacrilegious things, sacrilegious writing, sacrilegious paintings or drawings, so, or any other content which attacks the feelings, attacks any religious feelings or defames it. And that's exactly what is written here. किसी भी sacred चीज़ का, anything जिसको हम बहुत ही sacred, very close to our heart, for example, as sacred as our religion, for example, as sacred as something related to gods, ठीक है ना? Profanity or anything that is obscene. Profanity, obscenity, anything that's vulgar, sacrilege, irreverence. Irreverence is lack of respect. Then you have desecration, heresy, heretics, that is again disrespectful things, violation, defilement या vilification. अब defilement में you can find the word defilement being used when some let's say a monument, a wall of a monument, or any other let's say body, any historical things, historical items, they are the damage, they are being destroyed in order to attack any kind of feelings or sacred association that we have for it. वहाँ पे भी you can associate the word defilement and vilification या vilify करना, that is the action of doing it. Antonym में all the words, positive words associated with respect will come, that is reverence, respect, devotion, praise, pity, worship, adore करना, adoration, faith or religiousness and belief. root क्या है? Blasphemia, or blasphemia will be associated with anything that's evil speaking, anything that has got a negative context to it, negative highlight to it. Blast family एक अच्छा mnemonic हो सकता है, एक अच्छा way हो सकता है. Blast the family, anything that blasts the family is going to be blasphemy, or anything that blasts the family is disrespectful for the family. ठीक है? और यहाँ पे what is the family? The family is anything that is sacred, anything that is holy. Next word in line is vendetta. Now, vendetta, it's an interesting word, and most of the times we are under this assumption that vendetta is a good English word that we have learned so far. Vendetta, on the contrary, is an Italian word. और vendetta का मतलब क्या होता है? That is a prolonged feud or revenge. कोई prolonged quarrel, कोई prolonged fight that we have been facing for a long time, या एक urge to take revenge, बदला लेना. So feud, revenge, quarrel, rivalry, conflict, hostility या unfriendly situation, a heated situation between two parties. Vengeance is to take revenge, badla. Retaliate karna is also to, to counter someone the way they have in order to take revenge, badla lena. Antonyms में all the positive words जो दो लोगों के बीच के misunderstandings को या hostility को कम करने के लिए या in order to shun that, end that, we use reconciliation. दो लोगों के बीच अगर they are in a hostile situation, pacifying them, उनको peaceful situation पे ले आना, mollify करना, या forgiving, peace, harmony, friendship, accord, agreement, pardon, alliance. Vendetta is strictly revenge. Italian, ये याद रखना, it's an Italian word. Mnemonic is vending out anger. Vending is to sell, and vending anger is selling anger or your frustration out by taking revenge. The next word is suo motu, or suo motu is one of the most common legal terms or the legal phrases that we have come across. Suo motu means खुद का initiative. It's a legal term, taking an initiative. जैसे courts usually suo motu cognizance लेती हैं. So court recognizes the case by itself and it takes it up rather than a petitioner coming up. So suo motu हो जाएगा ये. Synonyms हो जाएंगे independent, voluntary, since the court has taken it up on its own without any person, without any advocate or a lawyer bringing it up. Unsolicited, self-initiated, खुद से initiate किया हुआ, ना कि किसी के एक्ट, ना कि किसी के रिक्वेस्ट पे, ना कि किसी के solicited, केस के लाने के बाद. Antonym हो जाएगा, that is the opposite. So it was without request on your own, this is with request, या petitioned, या prompted by someone else, solicited, किसी और का ले आया हुआ केस. So that is the antonym. Root यहाँ पे क्या है? Root is suo motu. Suo motu is in, because suo motu में you will not find any root here, because suo motu is in itself a legal phrase that you come across, and it simply means खुद के will पे, खुद के motion पे. ठीक है? Suo is self, motu is motion. So a motion that the court brings it by itself, that is suo motu. That is it for today, and if you want more such videos, do let us know in the comment section below. And we are going to continue this series, and what we have thought of this time is that all the videos that we'll be coming across with, सारे videos ना होंगे आपके tutorial से or the previous year CLAT or your mocks, and all of them will be clustered according to a particular theme. So each video will have one particular theme that we'll be exploring. Just in case you like the video, do let us know in the comment section below. Thank you.